If your team runs Splunk, Red Hat migration tooling, or Visual Studio Code in managed environments, today's patch queue deserves attention. This is Daily Tech Hack Global for June 11, 2026. No proof of concept code here. This is a defensive briefing on 4 critical CVEs and what to check now. First, CVE 2026-20253 in Splunk Enterprise and Splunk Cloud Platform. NVD lists it as critical, CVSS 9.8. The issue is an unauthenticated file operation risk through a PostgreSQL sidecar service endpoint. In affected versions, a network-reachable user could create or truncate arbitrary files because the endpoint lacks authentication controls. The affected Splunk Enterprise versions are below 10.2.4 and 10.0.7. Splunk Cloud Platform versions are below 10.4.2604.3 and 10.2.25.10.14. For defenders, the priority is to confirm exposure, upgrade to fixed versions, and review unexpected file changes around Splunk services. Next are 2 Red Hat Migration Planner flaws that matter to cloud and virtualization teams. CVE 2026-53470 is critical, CVSS 9.6. NVD says an authenticated attacker could bypass an ownership check and obtain pre-signed S3 URLs for other users' OVA images. That matters because exported images can contain sensitive information, including long-lived agent JSON web tokens. Treat this as a data exposure and identity risk issue, not just a file download bug. CVE 2026-53474 is also critical at CVSS 9.6. It involves Red Hat Migration Planner processing of RVTools spreadsheet files. NVD says SQL embedded in a spreadsheet cell can execute when cluster names are processed, potentially exposing Kubernetes service account tokens and other sensitive information. The defensive move is to apply the vendor fixes, restrict who can upload assessment files, and look for unusual exports, queries, or token access. The fourth item is CVE 2026-47281 in Microsoft Visual Studio Code. NVD describes improper input validation that can let an unauthorized attacker elevate privileges over a network, with CVSS 9.6. Developer tools are high value because they sit near source code, extensions, credentials, and build workflows. Check the Microsoft MSRC advisory, update managed VS Code deployments, and make sure developer workstations are covered by normal patch compliance. The common thread is identity and operational trust. Splunk is security infrastructure. Migration tooling touches virtual machine images and cloud credentials. Developer tools touch code and secrets. Patch quickly, reduce network reachability where possible, monitor for token misuse, and rotate exposed credentials if logs suggest access to images, service account tokens, or unexpected file operations. Sources are NVD, Splunk Advisory SVD 2026-0603, Red Hat CVE pages, and Microsoft MSRC. Subscribe for concise, defensive security briefings every day.